Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self and ultimately create the life that you deserve and desire? As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we will jump into in just a second, but I still have a tarot deck that we'll be using, a clarification deck, and the advice deck I'll be pulling from to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Sagittarius, in your recent past, you have a look at the bigger picture with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. In your recent past, there's this energy of feeling as if whatever you were investing in wasn't investing in you, feeling as if your energy was going to waste, as if, you were putting all of this energy in, but you weren't getting where you wanted to be, or the things that you were desiring weren't coming to fruition. Now, it's interesting because it's coupled with this look at the bigger picture card. So this makes me feel as if the universe is saying there's a bigger reason for why these things that you desired weren't coming to fruition, for why things weren't unfolding the way that you had hoped. So we'll see what that's all about when we dive into tarot. In your current energy, you have it's a time to take action with the Empress. So right now is about standing tall in your power. This Empress energy is very much about, knowing your worth and prioritizing that worth above all else, making sure that you are choosing yourself, that you're taking care of yourself, because you can only show up in this world and for other people in the way that you need to, or you're meant to the extent that you do that for yourself first. Our life is a reflection of our relationship with ourself. If we are not prioritizing ourselves, other people aren't going to prioritize us. If we're not taking care of ourselves, other people aren't going to take care of us. So, right now is a time, like I already said, to stand in your power and take action from that place. Now, I feel as if you're worried about having all of the answers, because in your immediate future, you have the answers you need are coming with the Seven of Swords. So right now, this action might require you to step into the unknown. It might require you to take one step in the direction of your dreams, but in a way that puts the control a little bit out of your hands, maybe puts it a little bit more in the universe's hands. And I feel as if what this future energy is saying is every step you take in the direction of the life that you desire from this place of power, the next step will unfold. It's not just the answers you need are coming in terms of one specific answer. I feel it's, every time you take a step in the direction of the life that you deserve, or, in the direction toward knowing your worth, whatever the case might be, the next kind of step is going to appear. Now, the overall theme for this reading, and I really liked this, was direction. Now, I felt the need to actually look in the book for this one, because there's quotes with each and every one of these cards. And I really feel like this quote will resonate with you, Sagittarius. It says, "Your heart knows the way, run in that direction." It's a quote by Rumi. So I feel as if this is a time for following your heart, following what aligns the most with you, regardless of all of the things you think could go wrong, or all of the reasons why you think you're not good enough. Making sure that you embrace the fact that you are deserving of more and that you're capable of more than what it is that you have been experiencing. But getting ahead of myself, because I want to start with what you've been dealing with before we get to that future energy. So let's start here, Sagittarius, clarifying, look at the bigger picture with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Recent past for Sagittarius. It's actually a full moon in Sagittarius card here too. Ooh, okay. No, these are in reverse. Okay. Four of Wands in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups, Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. there's this energy of definitely struggling here in your recent past. I feel as if when we're so used to being in a place of not receiving what it is that we deserve, or, kind of just used to survival mode and struggling, we start to expect it. We start to believe that, we're just going to be alone forever, that we're always going to be the ones sacrificing our needs in relationships, or that we're always going to struggle financially. When we're used to a certain way of being, it becomes our expectation, which is natural, it's human nature. But I feel as if, because of how things have unfolded for you in your recent past, you've lost a little bit of hope, and maybe you're gaining it back, but you've lost a little bit of hope that things can be as good as they can be for you. Again, it makes perfect sense because of what you've been through, but that's why I feel like right now is an energy of very much taking your power back and recognizing that just because you haven't experienced the life, love, financial situation that you desire doesn't mean it's not possible. Now, the hard part is breaking out of the limiting beliefs that we've acquired from the experience that we're used to, right? When you experience the same thing over and over again, you start to believe that that is as good as your reality can get. And I feel like that's a lot about what kind of this current energy is talking about. But let's get a little bit more for you here. Recent past, oh goodness. Recent past for Sagittarius. Ooh. So there's a new beginning that's available for you, but you have the High Priestess in reverse with the Page of Cups in reverse. That's two cards, two energies of either not listening to your intuition, kind of ignoring it, choosing to play it safe, or an energy of not being able to hear your intuition over fear, doubt, insecurity, kind of like ego guidance. Your ego guidance, your ego isn't to be demonized. We all have one, and our ego's primary purpose is to keep us alive. It is to literally survive. And so we don't want to demonize the decisions that we've made from a place of survival mode, because it's not necessarily that those decisions were wrong. They were right for us at that time, but they also didn't lead us to the life that we desire. So now it's starting to look at, okay, how have I not been listening to my intuition? How have I been ignoring my gut feelings? How have I been listening more to my fear-based thinking? How have I been choosing to believe in the limited reality that I'm used to as opposed to the unlimited reality that's possible? When you can bring those things into fruition, or into your awareness, you can start to bring into fruition the life that you truly are deserving and desiring of. Or maybe this is one specific situation, maybe this is your life as a whole, but there is a new beginning here that the universe is trying to lead you toward, but it requires this action from a place of power, and I feel like that's kind of what this whole reading is leading you to, is taking kind of this aligned action here, this aligned, divinely guided action. Let's get one more though for your recent past. Okay, we saw this. Weird. So the same card just came out, and it really came out. Page of Cups in reverse with the Fool here. Okay, so I need to know something else about this. Like, maybe why is Sagittarius not listening to divine guidance here? I think that's probably it. Because we all have our reasons, right? So why is Sagittarius not listening to this guidance? Their fear of loss. Your fear of loss, fear of what could be lost or what you could lack, as opposed to faith in what could be gained. I would actually say that the primary purpose of a spiritual awakening and kind of a spiritual journey is learning to lean into faith that you are deserving of more. Yes, I believe that that comes from a place of love, right? Loving yourself and accepting yourself fully as you are. But if you spend your life making decisions, and a lot of people do this, so there is no shame, there's no judgment in any of my readings, because I'm coming from a place of I get it, I've been there. When we constantly are making decisions out of fear of what could go wrong, we are living a life that limits ourselves to the capacity of our fear. When we live a life making decisions from a place of what could go right, which isn't easy, But when we can get into the kind of connection with the universe and having that kind of faith in the universe of, okay, taking action from a place of what could go right, we actually unlock possibilities and opportunities for ourselves that we wouldn't know existed if we didn't take that action. So there's a fear of loss, a fear of lack. So much of the time we settle for less than what we're deserving of or less than what we're capable of because we think that that's as good as it can get. And we're like, well, I don't want to leave that behind, or I don't want to take a risk towards something new or something better, because what if something as good as this doesn't come along? This doesn't really align with my desires. This doesn't fulfill me. This doesn't make me happy. But what if this is as good as it gets? And choosing myself and taking a risk towards what it is I'm truly deserving of, what if I end up missing out on what, I'm settling for, basically. And again, I get that, and I've been there. So this isn't just like a lack of gratitude. Like, I'm not saying like you lack gratitude for the things in your life. This is a situation that doesn't value you. This is a situation that doesn't make you feel good about who you are. This is a situation that doesn't align with your worth, which is why no matter how much you give to it, it doesn't amount to what it is that you deserve, because it within itself isn't capable of providing you with what it is that you deserve. So you've kind of taken it as proof that you can't have what it is that you deserve, when in reality it's not. It has nothing to do with proof of what you're capable of receiving, and it has to do with what this specific situation or path is capable of providing you. The universe will not allow you to settle where you are not meant to settle. You cannot receive what it is that you desire if you are not investing, or if you're investing in what you don't deserve, if you're investing in what doesn't align with your worth. I hope that makes sense. So let's get more here. Current energy for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know about their current energy? So there's definitely a new beginning here. A much more abundant new beginning at that. But let's see. Current energy for Sagittarius. Your energy, one of the biggest, because King of Swords in reverse, Knight of Pentacles, one of the biggest energies surrounding your current energy is doubt. Doubt in yourself, doubt in the universe, doubt in what you're capable of, doubt in what you're deserving of. And I feel as if you've been taking steps forward from a place of doubt. Which makes sense, because this doubt has been planted by the seeds of your past. This doubt has sprouted from the seeds planted in your past. That's a better way of saying that. When your experiences based on what you think you're good enough for, capable of, all those things that I spend so much time talking about. So it makes plenty of sense why you doubt. But the biggest thing you need to know is that your current reality and what you're experiencing with where you're currently at is not a reflection of as good as it can get for you. You need to know that, because I feel, when we're able to look at it from a place of, my limited, or the reality I'm experiencing is limited to what I believe I'm deserving of. So then we can dive into, so why don't I feel I'm deserving of more? That's where you start to have more control over your reality. As above, so below, as within, so without, right? We don't control our reality by what we do and manipulating outcomes and trying to change people. We control our reality by focusing on what it is we feel that we are deserving of. And so right now, a lot of the steps that you've been taking have been taken from a place of doubt. That is a result of what you've experienced. But that's why this energy that you're in is so much about taking your power back from maybe a specific situation, from a specific path, and redirecting it toward believing that you are capable of more. What does Sagittarius need to know about their current energy? Impatience, frustration. You're and it makes sense. You're frustrated that you're not where you want to be. You're frustrated that you're not where you want to be. But interesting. Okay. So this really is a reading, Sagittarius, about no longer settling. No longer settling for less than what you deserve and are capable of. Because if we try to force a situation, a person, a relationship, a career path, if we try to force it to be something that it's not capable of being for whatever reason, we will always be frustrated by our reality because we are trying to force something outside of us to change, to be different. Again, that's not where your control comes from. It comes from aligning your movements, choices, and decisions with the belief that you are deserving of whatever it is that you desire. So this frustration is an energy of, okay, this might be triggering and you might get mad at me, but please don't turn off the video yet because I feel like this needs to be said, and I feel like we'll uncover a little bit more of what I mean. The frustration of not being where you want to be is a result of lacking aligned action. Okay, now you might be like, how the hell am I lacking aligned action? I have done everything that I think I need to do. Whatever the case is, there is something that's missing. There is an action that is needed from you of taking back your power from someone, stepping fully into your power. I don't know. It's a general reading. But there is something that is needed from you here that requires you to put yourself first of all, which might be very uncomfortable for you. And second of all, that requires you to come from a place of believing you are deserving of more. And that action, I feel, is like the start of a domino effect. So whatever this action is, maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it is walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve you. Maybe it is, I don't know. It could be literally anything. But whatever this action is, and you probably know what it is, but don't want to face it because of the fear of loss, is the missing piece to things moving forward and progressing for you. Now you might be like, but I don't have all the answers. That's why in your immediate future you have this, the answers you need are coming card, because the universe wants you to know that as you take the action, the answers and guidance start to appear. Like that upside down. Okay, so let's get one more. What does Sagittarius need to know about their current energy? A lot of doubt though. I feel like you're very in your head about something that I saw a post the other day and I loved this. It said, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what the right answer is. And I feel like that's why this quote was so important. It was like your heart knows the way, run in that direction. You know exactly what the right decision is for you, what you need to do. The thing is, you're second guessing it because of the people and situations that would have to leave your life because they don't align with what it is that you're deserving of. And that really spoke to me because I feel, we know exactly what we want. We know exactly what it is that we desire, but we second guess whether or not we're deserving of it. So we think, well, should I accept this bare minimum kind of effort from this person? Or should I accept this bare minimum compensation for this work that I'm doing? Should I accept this limited reality? Because what if it never gets any better than this? And that decision right there is the decision that is keeping you stuck in the reality that doesn't align with as good as it can get for you. So I don't know. I feel like you know exactly what this is talking about. If not, the answer is there. There's just a need to kind of shine a light on it. Current energy for Sagittarius. The 10 of Wands in reverse. There's an obligation you have to other people of some sort, other people's expectations of you, what other people need from you, like an obligation to other people's needs that you've been prioritizing above your own. There's this obligation. I don't know if obligation is the right word, but it feels like a lot of your decisions have been made for other people. And that's why you have this Empress here, clarifying this it's time to take action card, because whatever action this is, it's an action that is what's best for you and also best for the other people in your life. That's what taking action from a place of what's for the highest good is. It's just that sometimes, especially, and I see this a lot with people who have children or have been in marriages for a really long time, they're like, well, what if this isn't what's best for them? Or what if this isn't what's best for, everybody else around me? When in reality, what's best for you and allows you to show up in this world as the best version of yourself is gonna be what's best for the other people in your life. And so I feel like right now, you're needing to, for maybe the first time in your life, Sagittarius, think about, what do you want? What's best for you? What do you need out of this situation? What decision, what action requires you to put yourself first without using other people's needs as an excuse, because your needs are just as important. I just don't feel like you've been prioritizing that. All right, what does Sagittarius need to know regarding their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? One more. All right. What does Sagittarius need to know about their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? This is kind of interesting because these are two. You have the Knight of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is very much leap of faith, like intense action. Knight of Pentacles is like slow, steady movement. It's like a balance between the two. It's like one step in front of the other in faith. That's what this is about. Now, faith, when I talk about having faith in the universe or having, trusting the universe, we have to remember that we are the universe in motion. So when I talk about that, I am actually talking about faith in yourself, trusting in your capabilities, trusting in what you're deserving of, trusting in what is possible for you. Trusting yourself. If you don't trust yourself, you're not going to trust the universe. If you don't trust the universe, it's because you don't trust yourself. So when we start to take steps in the direction toward a better life for ourselves, whatever that means for you, we have to understand, a lot of people think it's just a leap of faith. I take this one action and then everything falls into place, but that's not how it goes. It's one foot in front of the other, believing that every step that you take gets you closer to the life that you desire, regardless of the obstacles presented to you. So, and this is where you have this answers you need are coming with the Seven of Swords. Taking a step into the unknown is freaking scary. It's your ego's worst nightmare. It doesn't have any control in that environment, and it hates that. But it's also the place that you allow the universe to do the most for you, because it allows you to let go of your control of the outcome, of how you think things need to go, of, all of the things that you've been trying to control, and give it over to the universe to allow kind of the divine plan to unfold. But that it's kind of like, if you think about it as, and this is how I've always pictured it, there's this flow of energy from where you are at now to where you want to be, okay? It takes you there. But you have to be the one to step into that flow. You have to be the one to make the decision to go with the plan of the universe. But I feel you haven't been doing that. There's been action that you've been avoiding, or that you've not been wanting to take, or even not wanting to be aware of the fact that it needs to happen because of what you could lose. When in reality, the universe is saying, but what could you gain? How good could things get if you chose yourself, if you took that risk, if you put yourself first, if you stood up for yourself, if you set that boundary? You have more to gain than you have to lose, Sagittarius. And I feel like that's kind of the core of this reading. Not saying you don't have a lot to lose. You have more to gain. All right, what else does Sagittarius need to know moving forward should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? I didn't know if that one needed to come out. So there's the Empress again with the Four of Wands, which we actually started the reading with that in. Ooh, and then there's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, this Four of Wands I very much see as like finish line kind of energy. Crossing the finish line, like reaching the destination. The only way that you can reach the destination that you desire is making this decision with the Empress, taking action from this place of choosing yourself, putting yourself first, prioritizing your needs, taking care of yourself, whatever this action means to you. There are, this Nine of Wands in reverse energy is, and I feel like when I talk about this, I have a tendency to get a lot of triggered reactions from people in the comments when I talk about if you're not living the life of your dreams, it is because you in some way are holding yourself back from that. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that it's your fault or that, you need to be ashamed of yourself or that's adding guilt to the situation never helps anything. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to say you have more control over your reality than you think. Your reality is always a reflection of what you believe that you're deserving of. And so when you accept less than what you deserve because you think that that's as good as it can get, you block yourself from what is truly possible. That is what this is talking about. As you move forward, the universe wants you to know that every obstacle, every challenge, every reason why you think you can't, every reason why you have kept yourself stuck in this reality that you're not really all that happy in, there's a solution for. And you are guided, you will be guided through. And so, I really feel like this is, I don't know, and I don't know if this is I feel like you know what the action is. I feel like this is confirmation of something, confirmation of what's best for you. But just knowing that the finish line, the product of this action that you're looking for, getting to where you want to be, this is certain. This already exists. Your belief in that is going to be the determining factor of whether or not you get to experience it. Taking steps from this Empress place, putting yourself first, choosing yourself. And so many people will say, oh, but that's selfish. No, it's not. I will repeat. We can only show up for other people in the way that we need to the extent that we do it for ourselves first. If you're miserable, if you're drained, if you are constantly overgiving, if your needs are constantly not being met, you don't have the energy to show up for the people in your life. You have to be willing to take care of yourself first and understand that you're deserving of that. You're deserving of having your needs met. You're deserving of being chosen, of being treated well, of being fairly compensated for the work that you do. You are deserving of that. But if you're not taking action from the place of knowing that, nothing around you is ever going to align with that. So I hope this makes sense and isn't too much of a kind of a triggering reading, because I know these truths can be, but in these readings I really do try to come from a place of what would I have wanted to hear when I was dealing with similar situations? What have I learned through this process? So I get it. I've been there and it's not an easy thing. What can Sagittarius expect should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Pieces falling into place. Three of Pentacles, the pieces falling, literally, and then there's the Seven of Swords in reverse, answers revealed, unlimited reality with the Six of Swords in reverse. It just feels like you've been trying to force the pieces to fall into place by investing in something, and maybe that didn't work out. And there's something else that you're being called toward. A path, an action of some sort, I don't know. But with the Three of Pentacles, it feels like it's like the pieces falling into place. It feels like that domino. That it's like that aligned action is like the start of the domino train, whatever those are called. All right, Sagittarius, we're gonna hop on over to the extended, focusing on what can you do right now to ensure that you move forward in alignment with your higher self. Information for that is in the description box below. I have an advice card to pull from your spiritual team at the very end. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Sagittarius, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Sagittarius.